Sure. Well, as we're looking out, you'll see a cement truck out there backing up, and behind him you'll see a square. Well, that square, the gray area, is the South Tower. That's exactly where it stood. That's the footprint of the South Tower. And that area out there is what will be called the memorial area. The trees in the background are being planted. They should be blooming well within the next couple of weeks. As you make your way to the right, you'll barely see it, but you can see the North Tower footprint, again, the gray granite area, and that's where the North Tower stood. Now it'll be a waterfalls. From here it's tough to picture the size of it, but that area there, that gray wall, drops down about 30 feet. There'll be a waterfalls that surrounds it. It'll be very powerful. I did have the opportunity to see the water flowing. Also around those footprints will be the names on tablets that surround those footprints. The names of the people that we lost at this site here. So there'll be some 2,749 names surrounding the towers. Below ground, you go down to bedrock. Here you have to go down some 70 feet to capture bedrock. And that's where you start building these big buildings anchored well into bedrock. The museum complex will be below grade. The building that we see between the two towers is the visitor center, the preview site. You'll be going in there and you'll descend down and you'll be able to actually stand on the footprints 70 feet below ground. Also down there, between those two towers at bedrock, there'll be a repository where right now it's about 10,000 human remains that are up at the medical examiner's office that have not been identified. And by that I mean we've caught up to the DNA technology, and we're not at a point to move forward. So we have to wait until technology enhances itself, and then maybe we can identify more people. We still have to understand that there are still 1,125 beautiful people that are still missing from this site, unaccounted for. The remains could be up at the medical examiner's office. So they'll be brought back here to the site where they were murdered, brought down to bedrock, and between the towers there'll be a repository where they'll be kept. Nobody will be allowed to go in. Families will be allowed to have a family room area right there where they can go in. There'll be a glass wall where they'll look into the room where the remains will be kept, and do whatever you have to do when you come down to a place like that. The public will not be able to see into the site, but the wall will reflect in wordage what's behind it. So it will be a very powerful place, but I think you also need to realize that the rest of this construction that we see out here is all part of the World Trade Center complex. So all these buildings that are being built, there once stood a building there, and they were all destroyed on September 11th. So when we talk about those words, when we talk about hallowed ground and ground that has been soaked in blood, well, there's no other way to tell you, but all of this is hallowed ground, and it has been soaked in blood. On the 11th of this year, the 10th anniversary, the plaza area that we looked at out there will be open to the public. On the 11th, it'll actually be open to family only. And then on the 12th, it'll be open to the public, a very strict security system. And then another year later, you'll be able to go below grade to the museum area. So I would encourage people to come with your family, explain what happened. And it'll be a healing experience also.